One phone call changed everything. Kelsey Plum thought she was preparing to return to the court with the Los Angeles Sparks. Instead, she woke up as the newest star of the Phoenix Mercury. The Blockbuster trade stunned WNBA fans, instantly reshaping the playoff race and giving Phoenix one of the league's most dynamic scorers. But perhaps the biggest surprise wasn't the trade itself. It was the message waiting for Plum from WNBA legend Diana Taurasi. The player who inspired Plum to chase her basketball dreams had just welcomed her to the very franchise where that dream began. Now, one of the biggest moves of the season could completely change the future of the Mercury. Here's why. This isn't just another trade. It's a full-circle moment. Long before she became a WNBA champion, Olympic gold medalist, and one of the league's most explosive guards, Plum was simply a 10-year-old girl watching Diana Taurasi dominate on television. After seeing Taurasi play, Plum walked into her kitchen and confidently told her mother that one day she would play in the WNBA. She wasn't just dreaming. She was making a promise. Years later, that promise became reality. Now, after 9 seasons in the league, Plum finds herself wearing the same Phoenix Mercury jersey made famous by the very player who inspired her career. Speaking before her first game with Phoenix, Plum admitted the moment meant everything. She revealed that Diana Taurasi had personally texted her after the trade, telling her there was no one she would rather see wearing the Mercury uniform. For Plum, it was a message she'll never forget. The trade itself shocked many around the league. From the Los Angeles Sparks in exchange for Monique Akoa-Makani and 2 future draft picks. Considering how rarely established all-stars are traded in the WNBA, the deal immediately became one of the biggest stories of the season. At the time of the move, the Mercury were sitting at 11-19, outside the playoff picture and facing serious questions about whether they should rebuild or make one final push. Instead of selling, Phoenix made one of the boldest moves in the league. General Manager Nick Urin made it clear why. He called Plum one of the most impactful players in the WNBA and praised not only her talent but also her toughness, leadership, work ethic, and championship experience. The Mercury believe she can immediately transform their roster. And the numbers certainly support that belief. Before suffering a lower leg injury in June, Plum was enjoying arguably the best season of her career. She averaged 23.9 points and 6.4 assists per game, both career highs. She was also shooting an outstanding 53% from the field, ranking among the league's top scorers while continuing to create opportunities for teammates. At just 31 years old, Plum remains firmly in her prime. She's a 5-time WNBA All-Star, a 2-time Olympic gold medalist, and one of the league's most experienced postseason performers. Now she'll join a talented Phoenix roster featuring stars like Alyssa Thomas and Kahleah Copper, giving the Mercury one of the most dangerous veteran cores in the league. The transition, however, happened incredibly fast. Plum admitted she was completely surprised when she learned about the trade late Saturday night. Instead of preparing to return for Los Angeles, she suddenly had to pack, travel, study a brand new playbook, and learn an entirely new system. She spent much of her flight watching game film and reviewing Phoenix's offensive sets to prepare as quickly as possible. Although she didn't have time to practice with her new teammates before arriving in Chicago, Plum remained confident. She said playing alongside experienced stars makes the adjustment easier because everyone understands how to share the basketball and compete together. Her goal is simple: learn quickly, trust her instincts, and avoid making the same mistake twice. For Phoenix, this move represents much more than adding another scorer. It's a clear statement. The Mercury are not giving up on this season. Instead, they're betting that adding one of the WNBA's biggest stars can reignite their playoff hopes. Whether that gamble pays off remains to be seen. But one thing is already certain. Kelsey Plum has arrived in Phoenix. She's wearing the jersey once worn by her childhood hero. And if she returns to the form she displayed before her injury, the rest of the WNBA may have to take the Mercury much more seriously over the final stretch of the season.